Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We do have another arc review for you guys. In this arc review video, I'm going to reviewing Dark Corners by Megan Goldin. First, I want to say thank you so much to St. Martin's Press for gifting me a copy of this arc. I love all my arcs. I have several more to read here and review for you guys, and I just love getting my hands on these books. I love getting them in the mail. I get so excited when I see a package out there and it's an arc box that I mean, you can kind of tell by looking at the package what it is, and I cannot wait to get my hands on these. So thank you so much to St. Martin's Press. First, we're going to talk about the cover. This cover, it's okay. I like the cover. I really love the green in it. It is kind of in line with the Night Swim cover. So in the Night Swim cover, you have... Well, first, I guess I should say, this is the second book in a series. The first book was called The Night Swim, and I read that book, but the covers are similar is what I'm going with this, in the fact that there is like an earth element. So in The Night Swim, you have the ocean and the beach kind of like waterline, and a woman's face, and then in this book you kind of have these leaves and a woman's face. So they look very different, but they kind of have a theme going on. So cover's intriguing. I'm not a big fan of actual people on covers, but this cover's good. And like I said, it kind of goes along with the theme of the Night Swim cover, which was the first book in this series. So in this book, you're following Rachel Crawl, and Rachel is a very famous podcaster. She does a true crime podcast. She's kind of a pioneer in this true crime podcasting industry. She's sort of the first to do what she does, and then some other copycats have come along. So she's kind of under pressure to keep up the good work and keep on the cutting edge of things so that she can remain the top dog in true crime podcasts. In this book, you're following the third season of her podcast. In the first book, you're following the second season of her podcast. And they kind of talk about the first season. There wasn't a book about the first season of her podcast, but she basically started following a guy that was accused of murder, and she actually solved the crime, and he was let off. Like, he was not the murderer, so they let him go. So his innocence was validated, and Rachel played a huge role in that. That's what kind of springboarded her true crime podcast career. In the first book of the series, The Night Swim, Rachel is following a trial for a rape that happened in a city. I have described and reviewed that whole book in a monthly wrap-up video in the past, so you guys have probably already seen that. This is the second book in the series, which is you're following Rachel's third podcasting season. And I loved this book. I liked this book so much more than Night Swim. Night Swim was okay, don't get me wrong, but you don't have to read both books. You don't have to read Night Swim first to read this one and understand what's going on. They're kind of standalone books, even though they are a series. And this book was so good. So Rachel goes to this small town where there is a man that was accused of a crime that he has been in jail for about 10 years. And he is suspected of a murder. Now, the police don't have enough to charge him with murder, but he is very suspicious and highly suspected in the murder of this woman. And so Rachel's coming to town to kind of follow along what happens to this man. So she's trying to help the cops solve this murder and find out, is this inmate really guilty of this crime? And they kind of invite her in. It's the FBI is doing the investigation, and this FBI agent kind of invites her in and wants her to go to the prison to talk to this guy. So this very famous YouTuber goes missing, and he had asked her, she visited this inmate, and there's just some suspicious things that happened, and then all of a sudden she's missing. So the FBI invites Rachel to come in and talk to this guy and kind of try to see if she can figure out what's going on. So Rachel gets caught up in this whole world. You're trying to solve a couple of different mysteries. This is very true fashion to Megan Goldin's first book in the series, The Night Swim. You've got a couple of different mysteries going on, a couple of different stories that are intertwining. You just get caught up in trying to solve all the mystery of this book. So the two main mysteries you're trying to solve are: what happened to this infamous YouTuber? Was she murdered? Is she just missing and held somewhere against her will? What's going on? There are kind of suspicious tattoos on some of these YouTubers, on the YouTuber, that kind of link her to the inmate in prison. And so what's up with the tattoos? Did they have some kind of secret society going on? Then you're also trying to find out who is responsible for the murders that the FBI is following. Did this inmate actually murder these women, or is he innocent and the police are just trying to blame him because he's convenient? I don't know. And it was just such a fun ride, a great time following this book. There's also another point of view character in this book who's kind of like an Uber driver, and you're following his point of view, and he's a like seedy character that you learn more information about. And in this book, I was just impressed with how the author entwined all these stories and how the stories came together in the end and how everything was solved. This is a great thriller kind of mystery book, and I highly recommend it for you if you like thrillers and if you like kind of the whole podcast or YouTuber trope. There is a lot there. Rachel does actually go to a convention for big famous YouTubers in here, so you do get a peek into the fictional world of YouTubers that kind of shows, like, you know, how they compete amongst each other but also work together, and some of the crazy things they do for videos and views. So it was a very fun, thrilling read. Highly recommended if you're into thrillers.